Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. If you are new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you. I'd love if you'd hit that subscribe button before leaving and give it a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. So today's video is all about some new products that I bought, and I'm like so excited to try them. I've heard so many wonderful reviews on the different brands that I'm using. So the first one is Flower Beauty by Drew Barrymore. I've heard that this foundation makes your skin look absolutely beautiful, and so many other YouTubers really like it. So I want to try it. I got it in the shade Porcelain, and I'm hoping that it's a good match because it looks a little dark in the bottle to me. It is a glass bottle, and it does pull off, and it has the pump. So we're going to go ahead and see. And then I also got the Balm Color Drops for cheeks in the color Pinched. That looks really pretty. I've actually never used a cream or liquid blush, so I'm really curious to see how this works and blends out. And then the other new product that I used, I could not find the lip butters in Flower Beauty that everyone loves. They're all out of stock at our store. So instead I picked up the Fresh Sugar and Rose because I know that this is also a product that a lot of YouTubers love. So I figured I'd try this one with it. So let's go ahead and get started. I do have fair skin, of course, and I have pink undertones. My skin is basically just combination normal. I'm just going ahead and I'm putting on my Neutrogena Rapid Repair with SPF with 2 pumps and just putting it all over my face, even though it is winter. It's always good to protect your skin from the SPF, especially since I live in Florida. And I love the smell of this. It is so lightweight and it goes on beautifully with any other foundations I've ever used it with. So I'm hoping it will do the same with this one. Okay, so I really like the bottle. I like that it's glass. It's not really travel friendly, but it is very pretty. Let's go ahead. I'm just gonna do some 2 pumps. It is pretty thick in consistency. It's not really moving on my hand. And see, on this side, since I've never used it before, I'm going to, oh, that looks pretty dark. It kind of looks like a yellowish orange undertone. I don't know if this is going to go very well with my skin. On this side, I'm going to use my damp Real Technique sponge, and on the other side, I'll use my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush to see the difference. It is blending out nicely. I would say it's giving about a medium coverage, which is nice. Ooh, on the camera it looks very shiny. It looks shiny in person too. I wasn't expecting that. I don't remember a lot of YouTubers saying it was shiny. I guess it's been a little bit since I've watched the reviews on it, but I thought it was more like a satin finish, but this is definitely more of like a radiant, healthy glow. It's, look at that off the sun, it's just shining. Okay, so this is the side with the sponge. It looks very pretty. It doesn't seem to be setting into anything, and it has that nice, healthy glow. The color looks like it just is probably not going to work for me, especially if it changes any darker than what it already is. So let's go ahead. Okay, on this side, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush to see if there's a difference in application. Some foundations look prettier with the sponge and some look prettier with the brush. So let's see how it does with both of these. It's blending out really nicely with the brush. This brush is amazing for putting on foundation. If you don't own it, I think it's like, it's so cheap and it works so well. All right, looking at the 2 sides, I can't really tell a difference between the sides with the sponge and the side with the brush. The coverage looks the same. It's applied really nicely. So I have to say this foundation, depending upon which you prefer, either sponge or brush, you could use either and get the same look. It is absolutely beautiful. I do think that this shade is not a good color for me. It just has too much of an orangish yellow. I'm hoping I can tone that down a little bit. So So I'm gonna go ahead and use my number 7 loose powder with my big fluffy, let's see, this is the e.l.f. Total Face Brush. I love this powder. You just press it right on. It has replaced all other setting powders. For me, it is just so, so pretty. And I have to say it covers just like the Laura Mercier one did, but at like a fraction of the cost. It is great. All right. Setting it, it does look a little bit doable with the powder on top of it, but it still just looks, it reminds me of like when I did the It CC cream. I love the way it looked, but the foundation color had like this gray tone. It just didn't sit right. I feel the same way with this one. Like it looks beautiful, but I don't know that it would be something I could wear every day, because you can definitely in person see a difference between my neck and my face. All right, so let's go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. I haven't seen a lot of YouTubers talk about this. It's been a while since I've done a video with this, but it's the Naked on the Run palette. I love this palette. It is pretty clunky. I mean, it is thick and clunky, but it has everything you need in it. It has a huge mirror. But inside, you have the blush and the bronzer, and you have like this highlight color, and then you have the 5 shadows. You have a lip gloss, an eyeliner, and mascara. I just love this palette. So I'm going to use my dual end brush that I have, and I'm just going to pop it into one of the light colors to kind of do the V and my crease line. I go kind of a little bit higher to draw my eye up to make it look a little bit bigger. Such a pretty color. It's almost like, reminds me of nutmeg or something. It's so pretty. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm hoping they still sell this palette because it is so gorgeous. I will link it all below. Okay, and then what's funny is this color right here, I thought it was going to be lighter than it is, but it turns out to be almost like a rose gold color. It's so, so pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pack it right on my eyelid. One thing I love about these colors is that they are very pigmented and you don't need much. Look how pretty that is. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the highlight color actually and do like swirling motions to blend that crease color up to my brow bone. Because it is not like a bright shimmery highlight color, so it works perfectly for this. It's like a natural, and it just has like a little bit of sheen to it. So it is not like super bright that you can't use it for this. I just love that. Okay, and then I like using eyeshadow, for those of you who follow me, as my eyeliner. So I'm just gonna use my angled brush, and I'm gonna go into the slightly darker brown. I'm gonna start at the outer corner and come in about halfway. And do the same on the other side. That side looks a little bit darker. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the top. I'm gonna start kind of at the center and press it to go outwards. Start at the center and press it to go outwards. I used to pull my eyelid like this to put it on, but that kind of gives you like an unnatural look sometimes when it bounces back. So I find it easier just to press it on the way that it is without doing that, so then you have more of that natural look. And then I'm just gonna kind of do a little wing there. Oh, that's so cute. Sorry, I've never done it before, but I've seen so many people do it, I wanted to try it. Whoa, that side is a little bit darker. What do you think? That side's pretty dark. All right, I'm going to take, you can tell I've never done it before, and I'm gonna use this brush just to kind of blend it in a little bit to make it not look so dark. There we go, and it kind of draws your eye up. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and try out these blush straps. I guess it would have been helpful if I cut the tape off before, since I haven't used it yet. Okay, let's see. So this color is called Pinch. It comes with like this clear tube. I'm assuming you just squeeze it out. Yep. You can see the color. Okay, so I just squeezed about that much out. I don't even know if I need that much. And it says that you just kind of, I think I might have gotten way too much. You just kind of dab it onto the cheeks and then blend to whatever your desired look is. It's a very pretty, like warmth color to your cheeks. It makes them look just perfectly flushed. It's a really pretty color, but I have a whole lot left over that I didn't use. I wonder how dark this is gonna get if it builds. I don't know how loud it sounds to you, but doing this, it sounds so loud, tapping my skin. But it's blending out really nicely. I wasn't honestly sure how these would work, or if I'd even like them. But that color is super pretty. It looks very natural. Oh, that's really pretty. I really like that. Such a pretty color. It gives like this beautiful, healthy glow. It has that same glow as the foundation did before I set it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to curl my lashes. And then if you have been following me, I've been trying different mascaras. This time I'm going to use the Voluminous Million Lashes. This is actually not one of my favorites, but I'm trying to use up the bottle. One of the reasons why I didn't like this one is because I noticed that when you try to build it, it does get clumpy. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use it today since I have some errands to do. But I just posted earlier my Mascara Madness video 4, and I will link that if you haven't seen it because I found a mascara that I'm really, really liking. So I will link that if you haven't seen it, and if you are on the hunt for a good drugstore mascara. But see, this one starts to get clumps in it. So this one is not one of my favorites. It does a good job at lengthening. I just can't stand clumps. Like I just want to rake them out with my brush. Yeah, but I mean, they look elongated and pretty and everything. So, all right, so there's that. Okay, and then, oh, I didn't do my brows. I haven't really been doing my brows on a daily basis with my Benefit Brow. This is in shade 3. Just because of using that brow conditioner, I just haven't felt the need to really do it. But I do have a little bit of sparse areas. I kind of just swipe it through really quick, hardly even touching it to my skin. And then I just push my brows back up to pull the color through. And I think that this gives the most natural look. Okay. And then we're going to end off with this fresh sugar rose color. Look at that. I just love that blush. It's so, so pretty. Okay, so ooh, this is very pretty. This is what the product looks like. Oh, and it screws open. That's nice to keep it closed. Here is the product if you've never seen it. It's my first time using it. It has this citrusy smell. Oh, it smells so good. It goes with like the theme of fresh. This is really pretty and hydrating. It's giving a nice tint. Ooh, I can see why people like this so much. I really like that this twist close, so it doesn't come open in your purse. That's really pretty. It gives a natural just flush. I really like this look. I think maybe if I take the foundation a little bit more down my neck and like blend it out, I can make this work. Because my face in person just looks so, so pretty. I really, really like this foundation. It reminds me of my Lancome foundation, which is 3 times the price of this. And don't get me wrong, I really like my Lancome foundation, but for the price point, this is sitting on my skin just like the Lancome one does when I powder it. I don't particularly like how glowy it was before the powder, but that's like a preference of mine. So with the powder, I'm really liking it, and it's sitting just like my Lancome foundation. So I really, really like that. I just wish it was like a tad lighter, but it looks so, so pretty. So there you go. If you haven't tried Flower Beauty products, I'm really loving this blush. Like, that's like my top thing. I'm also really liking this. This has nothing to do with Flower Beauty, but the Fresh Rose lip gloss. And I really want to say that this foundation looks very much like my Lancome one. So if you have not tried this and you really like Lancome foundations, I would say give it a try, and hopefully it is a good shade match for you. But it sits just as pretty, and it's so much cheaper, and you can buy it at places other than department stores. So I thank you so much for watching, and once again, I love if you would subscribe and share my video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.